Look around you for a moment. Look at the faces next to you. Look at the space you're standing in or sitting in and ask yourself, am I truly living up to my potential? That question might make you a little uneasy. It might stir something inside you that says, I can do more, I can be more, I can shine a little brighter. And that feeling right there means you're alive, you're human, and you have the capacity to rise higher than you ever thought possible. Productivity isn't just about checking tasks off a list. It's about tapping into that undeniable spark that makes you unique, that drives you to get up every morning and say, today, I will make a difference. Because deep down, every one of us wants that sense of purpose. Every one of us wants to say at the end of the day, I lived this day to the fullest. I put my heart into it. I am moving closer to the person I want to be. Now, why should you care about becoming the most productive version of yourself? Because time is the one thing we never get back. Because every minute you spend scrolling through endless updates or lingering in self, doubt is a minute you can't recover. We often talk about chasing dreams, about achieving goals, about climbing mountains that challenge us. And that's powerful. But what truly fuels these aspirations is your daily commitment to pushing boundaries. Productivity is the engine that's your dreams, from intangible ideas to living, breathing reality. It's how you build a life that reflects who you are at your best. When we undervalue productivity, we let outside noise, distractions, procrastination, fear, dictate our path. We settle for ordinary when we were made for extraordinary. I stand here not just to lecture you, but to connect with you as someone who has stumbled, faced discouragement, and learned that genuine productivity is a journey. It's not a straight path. It's a winding road with sharp curves of failure and breathtaking views of triumph. And if you feel like you've been stuck in the same place for too long, if you feel your potential is locked away behind procrastination or perfectionism or fear, then hear me when I say you can break through. You can embrace discipline without losing your spontaneity. You can channel your energy without suffocating your spirit. You can be immensely productive and still remain true to yourself. That's the problem we're tackling today. The gap between who you are and who you are meant to be. The obstacle of that, I'll do it later, mentality. The burden of telling ourselves, I'm too busy, as we fritter away our lives on minor distractions. The weight of feeling that time is slipping through our fingers, and we haven't even scratched the surface of what we can achieve. It's a universal struggle. We all want to do more, be more, but we get caught in the web of procrastination, uncertainty, and fleeting motivation. Tonight, I'm challenging you to see productivity as your ally, your tool to shape the life you want, rather than a dry concept meant for corporate slideshows. Productivity is about embracing the fullness of your gifts. It's about taking that big dream of yours, whatever it may be, and giving it the air, the light, and the nutrients it needs to grow. So, let's dive in. Let's talk about what it means to harness your focus, to manage your habits, and to master your mindset. Let's examine why we fall short of our intentions and how we can break free from the traps that hold us back. Let's think about the stories of people who've transformed their daily patterns and, in doing so, changed their lives. Because if you can understand the why, you can figure out the how. And when you discover that, how, you move from existing to living, from hoping to doing, from dreaming to achieving. Together, we'll break down the barriers that stand between you and your potential. And by the end of this, I want you to walk out of here feeling like your heart is on fire, knowing that you've got everything you need to become the most productive version of yourself. Now let's get started. First, I want to talk about the power of clarity. So many of us walk through life with only a vague idea of what we want. We say we want success, but we don't define it. We say we want to grow, but we don't outline specific actions. We remain stuck in a fog of generalities, and that fog drains our productivity before we even begin. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're standing at the foot of a mountain in total darkness with just a tiny flashlight in your hand. You shine it up the trail, but you can't see more than a few steps ahead. You know you need to climb, but you have no real plan, no markers, no sense of how to pace yourself. You might start climbing, you might slip, or you might say, I'll wait until daylight. And that's what a lack of clarity does. It stalls you, confuses you, robs you of momentum. You can't be productive if you don't know exactly what you're aiming to produce. Now, I'll be direct. This lack of clarity costs you big time. It leads to wandering through life, hopping from one idea to another, never sticking long enough to see results. It leads to waking up each morning with a vague sense of dread, thinking, what was I supposed to do again? It keeps you trapped in the cycle of doing busy work. Things that look like real work, but don't actually move you forward. And ultimately, it crushes your spirit when you realize months or even years have passed and you're still treating water in the same spot. But you can escape that trap. You start by defining what success means to you. Nobody else, just you. Maybe it's launching a business that aligns with your passion. Maybe it's writing that book you've carried in your heart for years. Maybe it's pouring your energy into your family and creating a nurturing home. Whatever it is, you have to spell it out. If it's a business, ask, what kind of impact do I want to make? How many people do I want to help? What profit margin do I need to sustain my dream? Make it as specific and tangible as possible. If it's a book, decide on your genre, your target audience, your timeline for finishing the first draft. That's clarity. And that's your starting line. Let me share a quick story. Early in my career, I found myself pulled in different directions. I wanted to be an actor, a speaker, a mentor, 100 things. I was putting my hand in every possible pot without truly focusing on any one of them. And guess what? My productivity suffered. I was busy, but I wasn't making real progress. My turning point came when I asked myself, what is my core purpose right now? The answer was to refine my craft, to become the best performer and communicator I could be. Once I had that clarity, each day became more purposeful. Every script I read, every role I took, every talk I gave moved me closer to that vision. I felt the difference. My focus sharpened, my energy soared, and my productivity multiplied. When you gain clarity, you also gain freedom. Freedom from the noise that constantly begs for your attention. Freedom from the pressure of chasing every shiny opportunity. Freedom to say "Haas" only to the things that align with your defined goals. And that kind of freedom is priceless because it allows you to put your full heart and soul into what truly matters. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, I don't know what I want. That's okay. Your first step is to figure it out. Ask yourself the tough questions, experiment. Take a weekend to reflect, journal, meditate. Seek guidance from a mentor. Clarity might not come overnight, but every small step you take toward understanding your purpose will pay off in the form of laser-focused productivity. Once you have your sights set on something real, you'll feel it when that clarity arrives. You'll feel a sudden rush of energy, a surge of motivation. You'll notice you don't need as many pep talks, external rewards, because the vision itself becomes your fuel. And that's how you know you're on the right path. The risk of ignoring clarity is that you'll wander aimlessly. You'll waste your gifts on trivial tasks or half-formed ambitions. You'll spend your days climbing a ladder that might be leaning against the wrong wall entirely. So, I challenge you, define your targets. Write them down. Keep them in front of you where you can see them. Own them. Cherish them. They're your roadmap to becoming the most productive version of yourself. And once that map is laid out, you'll find yourself moving with conviction instead of drifting in doubt. That's clarity, that's purpose, and that's the foundation of real productivity. And now, let's talk about something that affects every single one of us: time. Time is that relentless tide that doesn't care about our excuses or our best intentions. It just keeps moving, sweeping each day behind us, never to return. Many of us say we want to be more productive, but we allow our days to get swallowed by distractions. We allow ourselves to be pulled off course by social media, by trivial tasks, by endless email threads. But let me ask you this. If you truly believed your dream was possible, would you still waste hours doing things that don't matter? Would you keep telling yourself, I'll get to it tomorrow? If the answer is yes, then maybe that dream doesn't mean as much to you as you think. But if the answer is no, if you feel in your gut that you're sacrificing precious time, then it's time to change. Because if you're not in control of your hours, someone else is. Picture this scenario: your phone lights up. You see a notification. And before you know it, you've spent 20 minutes scrolling. Or you check your inbox and respond to a few emails that probably could have waited until you finished your most important task for the day. The cycle repeats. An entire morning disappears. The guilt sets in because you know you're better than this. You know there's work to be done, but your time management is slipping. That guilt then breeds stress. Stress saps your energy. The spiral continues. Before you know it, you're behind, panicking, and telling yourself you'll do better tomorrow. But tomorrow comes with the same temptations, and on it goes. But listen closely, you hold the power. You can set boundaries. You can declare certain hours of the day sacred. No notifications, no distractions, just focused work or purposeful rest. You can schedule breaks to recharge instead of mindlessly drifting into them. You can make daily routines that align with your peaks of energy. Maybe you're an early bird. Use those morning hours when your mind is sharp. Or maybe you come alive at night. Protect that time for deep work or creativity. The key is intention. Don't let your day just happen to you. Design it. Let me share another story. I used to think I could do it all at once. I prided myself on multitasking, reading scripts, planning speeches, texting family, all in the same window of time. Sure, I was busy, but was I effective? Not really. My performance started to suffer. My stress levels rose. Then I took a step back and realized, ignoring the one universal rule, you can't stretch yourself thin and expect to excel. So I made a change. I blocked out hours where I'd focus on nothing but one project at a time. No phone, no email, just me and the task at hand. It felt strange at first, but the results were undeniable. I got more done in less time. My mind felt clear. My stress dropped, and I had more energy left for the people I loved, the activities that recharged me, and the next big challenge on my horizon. The consequence of poor time management is grave wasted potential. If you keep letting your days vanish, if you keep dancing to the tune of distractions, your dreams will remain just that. Dreams. You'll never get around to them because there will always be more emails, more texts, more reasons to wait. And each delay chips away at your confidence. You start wondering if you're really cut out for big goals. That doubt can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. But you're here listening, ready to change. So let's talk about solutions. First, perform an audit of your day. Write down everything you do and how long it takes. Spot the patterns. Are you losing hours on social media? Are you letting small tasks balloon? Next, prioritize. Decide what your top 1 or 2 tasks are each day. Those tasks that move you closest to your big vision, and make them non-negotiable. Schedule them during your peak energy hours. Communicate these boundaries to the people around you so they respect your focus. Use tools if you need them. Timers, apps, or a good old-fashioned notebook. And once you commit, protect that commitment fiercely. If it helps, reward yourself after you complete these priority tasks. Take a short walk, enjoy a healthy snack, anything that reinforces your discipline. Over time, you'll see a shift in how you move through each day. You'll notice that instead of feeling rushed or scatterbrained, you move with calm purpose. You'll see the results piling up, projects finished, goals met. And it will energize you to do even more. That's the power of consciously managing your time. It transforms days that slip away into days that build something meaningful. And yes, it requires effort. Yes, you'll have to say no to some things. Yes, you'll have to face the discomfort of ignoring distractions and forging ahead. But that discomfort is the price of growth. If you refuse to pay it, you pay another price, the heartbreak of never seeing your potential realized. And we don't want that. We want you, your fullest, doing the work you were called to do. Being the person you are meant to be. And that leads us to the conclusion of this entire journey. But let me remind you, clarity is your compass, and time is your currency. Use them wisely, and you'll witness your own transformation in ways you never imagined. Now, as we gather these threads together, let's reflect on the path we've traveled. We started by asking if you are truly living up to your potential. We recognize that productivity is not a mechanical process. It's an expression of your greatest self. You've heard how crucial it is to define your target, to gain clarity on what you want and why you want it. Without that clarity, you wander. With clarity, you focus. You become unstoppable because every day is pointed in the same direction. We then delved into the power of managing time. Time is the scarcest resource you have. And if you don't claim it, something else will. Distractions abound, and they're hungry for your attention. But once you declare your priorities, once you identify the tasks that truly matter, and protect those priorities, your productivity soars. It's not magic. It's discipline, it's choice, it's your will in action. Yet, I want you to see that productivity is more than a set of techniques. It's a lifestyle, an ongoing commitment to invest in yourself. It's owning your day instead of letting the day own you. It's eliminating the clutter, mental, emotional, and physical, that stands between you and your best work. Because productivity is at its core the art of turning potential into reality. And when you do that, when you see results that reflect your talents, your passions, your highest vision, you experience a sense of fulfillment that no empty diversion can ever match. That kind of fulfillment can transform your relationships. It can elevate your career. It can give you the momentum to keep striving, keep exploring, keep contributing. So let's piece together the lessons. First, get specific about your goals. Vague intentions lead to vague outcomes. Let your vision be so detailed that you can practically touch it, smell it, hear its heartbeat. Second, manage your time like you would manage a treasure, because that's exactly what it is. Build routines that serve your purpose. Guard your focus as fiercely as you'd guard someone you love. Third, remember that your energy and attention are finite. Use them on the things that feed your growth, feed your soul, and feed your purpose. Fourth, don't confuse business with productivity. Being busy can feel good, but unless that activity is aligned with your vision, it's just noise. Stay aware of where your efforts are leading you. Fifth, allow yourself to evolve. Productivity is not a static formula. It shifts as you grow, as your life changes, as your dreams expand or take new forms. Remain flexible, remain curious, and never stop refining your approach. Finally, do not underestimate the power of belief. Believe you can. Believe in the value of your goals, in the worthiness of your dreams. When you operate from a place of genuine belief, you have a reservoir of strength and resolve that pushes you past obstacles. I'm asking you now to take action. Don't let this moment pass without doing something, however small, to move forward. Maybe it's pulling out a notebook tonight and writing down the 1, 2, or 3 goals that matter most to you right now. Maybe it's setting your alarm an hour earlier tomorrow to tackle a passion project before the world wakes up. Maybe it's closing out this event and blocking out 2 hours of distraction, free time to outline your next steps. Whatever it is, do it. Do it before the world's demands creep back in. Do it while the energy of possibility is still coursing through your veins. Because productivity doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. And I know you can make that choice because you've already taken the time to be here to listen, to seek a better way. So I leave you with this thought. You are already equipped with everything you need to become the most productive version of yourself. You have your mind, your dreams, your passions, your ideas. All you need is the commitment to show up each day and do the work. Show up when it's easy and show up when it's hard. Show up when everyone's cheering you on and show up when no one seems to notice. Each time you show up, you take another step toward the summit of your potential. And with each step, you'll discover that you're stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever imagined. Yes, challenges will arise. Yes, you'll get tired. Yes, you'll face doubt, yours and other people's. But in those moments of doubt, in those moments of awareness, remember why you started this journey in the first place. Remember the clarity you set, the goals you established, the vision you committed to. Remember that time is fleeting and you cannot afford to stay idle. Remember that productivity is not a punishment or a burden. It's an act of self-respect, a declaration that your life, your dreams, your contributions matter. And when you carry that truth in your heart, nothing can keep you from pushing forward. Now, imagine that it's 5 years from now. Visualize the life you want. Maybe you've launched that dream venture, or you've finished that marathon, or you've nurtured your relationships into a profound source of joy. How does it feel to see yourself standing tall, proud of the consistent actions you've taken each day to build that future? That feeling, that vision can be real. It can be your life. And it starts right now with the commitments you make to yourself this very minute. So go forth and be a force of productive energy in your own life. Embrace your clarity, guard your time, and honor the calling within you. Hold on to this excitement you feel in your bones right now. Let it fuel you when the path gets steep or the night feels long. Because that's where transformation is born, in those dark, challenging, uncertain moments. Anyone can move forward when conditions are perfect. What sets you apart is your willingness to keep forging ahead when the climb grows tough. That's when you'll see your true character emerge. That's when you'll become not just productive, but unstoppable. My parting words: you are the architect of your destiny. You have the power to decide how you spend your days, what you focus on, and how you handle setbacks. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are not defined by your past. Every single day is a fresh canvas on which you can paint your brilliance. So don't just dream of a better life. Build it. One productive day at a time. Let that be your mission, your mantra, your guiding principle. Promise yourself that you will not let your gifts lie dormant. Promise yourself that you will not settle for anything less than the remarkable future that is possible for you. Your potential is limitless, but your time is not. So use it well. Use it with intention, with passion, and with unwavering determination. Thank you for being here, for listening, for joining me in this quest to elevate ourselves and the world around us. Let's stand together in conviction. Let's stand for progress, for clarity, for discipline, for the triumph of possibility. Let's stand knowing that our best selves are within reach if we dare to stay committed. In closing, take a deep breath. Feel that electric charge of motivation coursing through you. And take the first step. Step by step, day by day, you will find yourself transforming into the most productive version of who you are meant to be. And when you do, you'll realize that the journey was worth every ounce of sweat, every moment of doubt, and every second of unwavering belief in yourself. Go claim that future. It's waiting for you. And I, for one, cannot wait to see the amazing things you will do.